What's up everybody, welcome to the Mina channel, and today we're gonna be doing a discussion video that actually, this was supposed to be released a day ago, and I do apologize because I completely missed the mark on this one when it comes to actually releasing the video, so my apologies about that guys. So today we're gonna be talking about something that has been going in the industry for some time here, and on the larger scale, this is a much bigger video than I think I would have ever made, because this is on a scale that I feel like it's been getting out of control for a while now, and I feel like this is kind of like almost the pinnacle of how bad it's gotten and all different stuff. So we're going to talk about some different news here, and I want to piece it together and talk about DLC as a whole. Originally this was going to be just a small little video talking about the news regarding Nocturne, who is now getting a DLC release of Dante from Devil May Cry. So in that news, I was very excited for that because I am a huge Devil May Cry fan. I made a lot of DMC videos in this channel actually, including a full playthrough of Devil May Cry 5, which is the newest Devil May Cry game, and they did announce that that Dante will be in Nocturne as DLC. Now, the caveat to that is that the DLC will be $10, and I think it's gonna be the same for the United States, although they haven't confirmed that yet. So it's interesting news here because it is part of the bigger issue regarding DLC. So coming up to the other stuff of the coin, which is the other biggest news that I have seen sometime now, is regarding Avengers, Marvel's Avengers, the new Avengers games that is coming out in like a month or so, which right of the gate, that game looked and seemed like this was gonna be kind of like a really bad idea, to be honest with you guys. Whenever they first announced the game, I was very excited for it. In fact, I made a video. You guys weren't even in the channel at the time because I had like 10 subscribers back then, but I made a huge video about just kind of some of the stuff, the potential that the game had overall, and my expectations for that game. The more we learned about that, and the more they actually talked about microtransactions and DLC and so on, it really seemed like it was gonna be a really bad idea. And overall, the weeks has passed, and now we have some news regarding all the different exclusives and microtransactions and all this DLC that are going to add to the game, which is to the point that I don't really actually want to cover or play the game at all anymore. It just seems like this game's just not going to be a game for me, a game that is just riddled with all this stuff that is going in the industry. And this is a bigger thing. This is what I want to talk about, DLC, and how bad it's gotten over the years. Honestly, over time, this kind of stuff has just been going on and on and on for some time now when it comes to DLC. We have some pretty good DLC stuff come out. I am gonna admit there's some good aspects of DLC that I'm kind of like, alright, I would like to see that. For example, a bigger example, the stuff that I always mention is things like the Witcher 3 DLC content, which is basically 2 additional storylines, which is kind of like almost 30 hours of gameplay, extra gameplay from each storyline. And those are good. They're really good DLC. There are a lot of new content, and they really do feel like they're worth your money. On the other hand, we can bring a lot of examples, including from my own examples, which is from the Persona games. Really, if you really compare how badly monetized the Persona games are since the last like 3 or 4 games, it's just been worse and worse every single game. I think Persona 3, for example, had like almost $100. I'm sorry, Persona 5 Royal had almost like over $100 worth of content in DLC alone, and a lot of the stuff were just customs and stuff like that. But a lot of the things were actually like what I feel like pay-to-win mechanics, which is personas that allow you to be stronger in the game and actually do affect gameplay for oneself. In fact, one of the biggest crimes I feel for Persona 5 Royal was the fact that the third persona for the main character was locked away as a DLC content only. You had to buy as a pack, not only a singular but as a whole pack for like $10 or something like that. So I feel that was the biggest crime for Persona 5 Royal, something that I really wanted to talk about, but I didn't at the time because I had a lot of old videos to talk about. And now I'm kind of like, with all this other news, I'm kind of like, this is getting out of hand. A lot of this DLC stuff is getting out of hand. It's just honestly stuff that I just wasn't really looking forward to, but at the same time kind of like, it's just getting worse and worse every time that I see it in a lot of different aspects when it comes to a lot of different games. And it's just getting to a point where it's really almost taking like if to me it's almost like a deal breaking in some aspects. Like for example, for the Avengers game, I'm like, I just don't want to buy the game anymore. I don't really want to even play it anymore. I had a pre-order for that game for like since they announced the game originally, and over time with every single thing, I'm just been like, I just really don't want to. I just went and I canceled my pre-order not long ago because of all this stuff. And honestly, this just makes it more of a turnoff for me when it comes to the experience on the games and stuff like that. It does affect me, and it does affects my perception of how games go over time and everything. So, what do you guys think about DLC? And more importantly, what do you feel that this thing, is it ever gonna end in an aspect where are we forced to continuously have to be extra paying for this stuff, or you think this is gonna be the point where gamers are just gonna say, no, this is not how it's gonna be, and like myself, we just instantly just cancel the pre-order. I'm not even gonna participate in buying this game at all because I don't want to support this product. I'm still gonna buy Nocturne because Nocturne is an HD remaster, and although Dante is one of my favorite characters of all time, and again, I'm a huge DMC fan, I don't know if I want to buy the $10 DLC because it doesn't feel fair to me to have to pay content that was originally in the game. At least in the original Western release, we got Dante as the guest in that aspect. So I feel like Westerns should get that for free because that was on the original game, for us at least. So that's how I feel about that. That's my discussion video for today. I want to know in the comments below what you guys think about all this. Again, I put these things together because I felt like it really fittingly fit where we were at, where with these two things were like, it's two different aspects, but it's two different aspects that do merge together in like what's going on in the industry right now. And I feel like it's in some bigger news, in some bigger aspects, it does change how I feel about gaming and how I feel about games in general right now. So again, I want to hear your thoughts below here, and if you're new, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time.